This episode is brought to you by Oops. Before you are ever in an accident, Oops is the app you want on your phone.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to PMS, the Perpetual Motion Squad, a Big Bang Theory fan podcast. No Barney butts. No Barney butts. I'm watching you. That is so inappropriate. I cannot even begin to tell you.
It's a marvelous time to be alive.
Okay, I'm going to start over again and make this a clean start.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to PMS, the Perpetual Motion Squad, a Big Bang Theory fan podcast. And we are your hosts, Big Bang Theory super fans, married couple, Cat
Hello.
and Paul, apparently.
It is. I'm back again.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Every once in a while, that scene pops into my head and it just makes me laugh.
It is a good scene. Now, before we get started, I've got a couple of housekeeping duties that I need to perform.
Okay.
Okay. Number one is we have to acknowledge the passing of the actor Sam Neill. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
I
certainly
gotta
one
say
that hit the
that
feels.
one really hurt.
Yeah, Dr. Alan Grant. His breakout role was with Sean Connery in The Hunt for Red October.
That's right. He was the Russian captain.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But his standout role that we all know is Dr. Alan Grant in
the
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park.
Park franchise.
Yeah, so we really, really have to acknowledge his passing. And it's really nice. I was actually seeing something on Instagram. I even told Kat about this, that
Oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. So he and Sam had a bet that apparently Jeff never got a chance to pay up. There was some bet that he had with him, and there was something that he had to do anyway. He never paid up on it. So he actually publicly announced that all Sam's funeral expenses and costs Jeff's actually going to cover.
Yeah.
So he's going to pay for the.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I could.
Well,
see
it
him
seemed
doing
like that, but he actually said that he wouldn't be at the funeral. Not only was there commitments that he actually had, but also he wanted it to be all about Sam and not about Jeff Goldblum being at Sam's funeral.
Which
So,
I appreciate, and I
mm,
applaud his sensitivity for that,
yeah,
for
definitely.
not wanting the family to be put out with a hoo-ha being made about him.
Yeah.
But I also find it really sad that he can't go to his friend's funeral because of
Well, as I said, he did say there was a conflict, whether it was working or whatever, but he did actually just reiterate the fact that he didn't want it to be overshadowed by him being there. So.
yeah, but still, it would have been nice for him to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah. So we do want to acknowledge the passing of Sam Neill. Absolutely amazing actor.
Yeah, like I
Um,
said, that one hurt when you told me about that.
yeah, absolutely. Now, also we got an email from Elias.
Oh, we did?
Yes, Elias said, and I want to just read it. Hi guys, thanks for mentioning me on the pod. Made my day. By the
Good.
way, the new thumbnail images look great. Good job. Well, we only have to thank you, Elias, for getting us organized with that one, because without you, it would be just the generic one that you always have. So thank you, Elias, for doing that. Um, oh, and belated happy birthday to Kat. Hope you
Oh,
had a great time.
thanks,
Yeah.
Elias.
He also said, by the way, I'm now on another rewatch now.
Uh-huh.
Need something cozy and familiar, and just watch the episode you just covered. Yay! So he's
Yay!
actually now following us on the episode.
Now watching in real time.
Exactly. Anywho, as always, really appreciate you guys and the pod. Cheers. So
Yeah, because you didn't leave that as unread, I didn't realize there was an
yeah,
addition to it.
that's why I wanted to do it. So I just wanted to read it out in real time so you could get the belated happy
Well,
birthday
isn't that
in real
nice?
time.
I
We
had a
all
lovely birthday, thank you.
Yes. What did you do? Let me s- let me find out. What did you do?
Oh, like you don't know.
Well, I know, but did you tell people? I don't think
Yeah,
you tell people. Did you tell people
people
last week?
who've asked,
Oh,
I've
okay.
told.
Okay. What about
Yeah.
the fam who didn't know? What did you do?
I hate it when you set me up. You know I hate that.
Okay, I was just curious.
You just go ahead and tell them, honey, since you're the one who planned it all out and everything.
No, I took her to a winery and she had a wine tasting and a lovely meal, which was really, really nice.
Yeah.
Plus, I got her some presents too. But
Yes, he did. Nothing Big Bang related this year though, but
no,
some Doctor Who stuff,
I tried to change it up a bit. So,
including the Lego Minfig collectible edition of the 13th Doctor
hmm
and a doll of my favorite companion, Clara,
yep,
Clara Oswald.
and a a Princess Leia thing that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah, there's these like Funko soda things. They're like, I don't know.
Yeah, they're
Um,
Funko. They're called Funko soda cans
and he bought me the Princess Leia one, which is really cool. And believe it or not, it was number one.
of 12,500.
I don't know how he does this, but that is the third one he's bought that was number one of the series.
Yeah, don't know. I've got no idea, but I'm very happy about her getting number one.
Yep,
So.
yep.
Also, and I'm not going to mention.
Oh, and he bought me one of the coolest hoodies
Oh,
ever.
yes, that's right.
It's of the Gilmore Girls with highlights from throughout the show.
Yes. So
Yeah,
so
it's
she actually
wicked
had a good
cool.
birthday with presents and everything.
Yep, I did.
Now, I'm not going to go into enormous details, but
Hmm.
we received an email.
Oh,
We're not going to, I'm just going to just quickly gloss over something. If you are on the paid subscription to Spotify, I understand you're looking for, content that you want to listen to. If you're on the free version, you're getting everything free. You have to go through ads, but you're listening to it for free.
but we still
Now,
don't put ads on ours.
now we don't put ads on ours. Yes, we do have the little oops thing at the beginning because
But
that's
that's because
Cat's
it's us.
because that's us and that's Cat's business.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that there are people out there that don't particularly like us to ramble on, continuous, about things that they're not interested in. They want us to get into the podcast.
Well, we think
Completely
that most of
understand.
what we ramble about is related because it's
Yeah.
all part of the nerdverse, and Big Bang is all about the nerdverse.
Yeah. Plus, also, when we ramble on a little bit, it's you getting to know a little bit about us. We are not
Yeah.
celebrities. We are regular, everyday people that just like the Big Bang Theory and wanted to do a podcast.
Yeah.
Now, and we are not holding you hostage, if you don't really like what we do anymore
Or the way we do it.
or the way we do it, we are not holding you hostage. We
Yeah.
are very happy for you to go and
And
find
find somebody else.
something that you actually do really like, or better yet, start your own podcast. It's
Mhm.
not hard to do.
Yeah.
We just wanted just to put it out there that if you are unhappy with what we do as a podcast, you know, um, we are okay with you going somewhere else and listing something
Well,
else.
and that being said, we have actually put it out to the fam that if you want us to stay more on target and less garden pathing, but you've come back overwhelmingly and said that we enjoy the conversations and the trivia and the side tracks into other things. And
Yeah, I mean, I know that there are people that want to have us hit every mark of what the character was feeling, the relationship to the character, this and that. That's very in-depth, and it's not what we do. We
yeah,
are doing a generic thing about
sometimes
each
we do it.
episode. We do sometimes, but we're doing a generic thing of each episode. We love doing it. We'll talk about it, whatever. But as I said, if you are not really happy with the way that we're doing it, the format that we're doing it, then we're not holding you hostage.
No.
We are happy for you to go somewhere else and listen to somebody else. We are not, we're
Okay,
not,
I think that's enough said, honey. We don't
okay.
want need to dwell on the negative.
All right, I'm just saying because I
Yeah,
don't, I
I
just,
know, but we don't need to restate it 12 times.
well, I wasn't trying to do it 12
And we
times.
don't want to sit there and tell people, go away.
No, 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 we're not telling people to go
It
away.
sounds like you're saying that. So let's move on, okay? Please.
Yes, dear. We are doing now season 3, episode number 21, the Plimpton Stimulation. What do we
Yes.
think about this episode?
It's okay.
She
It's
is
a little
a
weird.
slut bunny. You
Huh?
were trying to work out whether she was a slut or whether she was just a
A
nymphomaniac.
nymphomaniac. I think she's a little bit of both.
She's got one foot in one column and one foot in the other column.
Yeah, yeah, it was very weird.
She's, I mean, that is very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it really is. It's also incredibly unprofessional.
Yeah, but very, very uncomfortable situation that
And
the
I
police
have to
find
say,
themselves in.
I'm at this point, I don't think she got the job, and I'm rather glad that she didn't.
Yeah, and we'll get to we had a conversation about why about how Penny is at the moment.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So the episode opens up where we've got Raj and he's trying to eat with the guys at the cafeteria. However, he sneezes and
Yep.
and Sheldon goes, and he stops him and he goes, do you have allergies? No. Have you got too much pepper on your food? I don't have any,
I don't
don't
use
use pepper.
pepper on my salad.
Yep. Okay, enough said. Sit over there. So he basically gets basically banished for sneezing near Sheldon, who is
Yeah,
obviously, as we know, a germaphobe, which
germaphobe.
I never used to be that. I used to just nothing bothered me.
And then you met me.
Then I met Kat and I realized that
Yeah.
there are gross things that you touch every day that you don't think to yourself, ooh.
Okay, for
I'm not a
me,
super germaphobe, but
yeah.
I'm
It started for me
cautious.
when I discovered that the bowl of mints, this is back in the days before
Oh.
they had individually wrapped ones, and they just had that bowl of lovely mints, like in the restaurants at the reception desk, and you'd grab a handful of them as you went out.
Hmm.
And then I read that they have done studies and tested those bowls of mints
Oh God.
and it and found traces, significant traces of urine in those bowls where those mints are. And it's like I
Uh,
used to eat those all the time, like giant handfuls of them because I love those so much. But yeah, men especially are known for going to the bathroom and not washing their hands and
uh-huh.
then taking mints. And it's like I haven't been able to eat them ever since,
Well,
unless
it's
I buy
interesting.
them as a separate package.
Yeah, it's interesting you saying that because we in Australia never had those bowls of mints at any restaurant at the front desk.
Yeah.
Never.
But it,
So when you said to me about that, it was like, okay, I mean, that was perplexing to me because we don't have that in Australia.
yeah, but they're now known as urine mints.
Oh, good Lord. So, and
Mhm.
the thing is that what I found interesting is that when Kat had told me that, when obviously when COVID was on, we all went super crazy with all the sterilization. But there was a time
That
when
was a good thing.
oh yeah, but I had to go and get into another work car to travel down to
Oh yeah.
a place, and she said, just take the hand wipes with you and just wipe the steering wheel. So I wiped,
And where you're going to touch in the
yeah,
car, like the gear shift and
the
the
start
door
button.
handles and
Yep,
the window wipers and the signal
I
thingy.
I wiped over that steering wheel once, and it came out gray.
Yeah.
I did a second round of it and it went dark, dark gray. So I'm like, oh my God. So if now I don't get into any car without, I mean, obviously our own car, we know where we've been.
Hmm.
But my work
I still
steering
wash it
wheel,
occasionally anyway.
but our work steering wheel, nope, won't touch
Nope.
it. So
And the door handles and tell them about the petrol pump.
oh yeah, yeah. Well, obviously the petrol pump is another place that we all don't realize that if you happen to be sick or I don't want to do this with if everyone is eating at the moment, but if you've gone to the bathroom and had a severe case of as they say, the trots or the runs,
It poops.
the poops, and you don't wash your hands afterwards, and you go and you fill up the gas tank, you've got on your
Yeah.
hands. So yuck. So yeah, so that's why I'm not a germaphobe. I'm for those of you on YouTube, and thank you very much for coming to visit us on YouTube. You would have seen the little poop
Yeah, for those of you on
emojis.
audio, I just had smiling poops go up my screen.
So we see that Sheldon also gives Leonard an official 24 hours notice, according to the roommate agreement that he drafted, that a non-related female will be spending 2 days in their apartment. And I like it how, I think it was either it was Leonard
Howard.
or Howard says when you say a non-related female, you do mean human, right? And he goes, yes, well, of course, because pets are not allowed.
Pets are banned
But
under the
you said
roommate
something.
agreement, with the
Yeah.
exception of service animals such as seeing eye dogs and one day cybernetically enhanced helper monkeys.
Uh-huh.
Now, both Leonard and Sheldon later, spoiler alert, use cats as a substitute for female companionship later in the series, which violates the rule.
Okay, let's put a side note in there just for a little pin in that one for a second, because I don't think that Leonard actually ever got the cat.
He bought the
He bought
supplies
stuff
for
for
it.
the cat, but he never got it. The only person that
It
did
did
it,
with Sheldon.
and with Sheldon, he's the
Yeah.
one that can either change or totally disregard
But he
the
was
roommate
but
agreement.
Leonard was planning to get a cat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think the fact is that he didn't go ahead with it,
Yeah.
where Sheldon actually got Zazzy and
Dr. Oppenheimer.
Feynman and
Yeah.
everything else that he got. So, yeah,
Sassy.
Zazzy. Yeah, I think you'll find he's very zazzy.
Sassy.
And we find out that the person that's coming to visit them is Dr. Elizabeth Plimpton, which
Yes.
is apparently is a world famous cosmo cosmological physicist from Princeton University.
Yes.
Now, I don't think she was coming there for a job. I think she was just coming there to give a lecture. And
No, Sheldon said that she was being considered for a position at the
oh,
university.
right, okay.
Now,
Yeah,
before you jump into that, I've got a fun little piece of trivia for you.
okay.
Keith Carradine plays Penny's father in the show.
Yes.
He is in real life father to Martha Plimpton, who obviously shares the same surname with Dr. Elizabeth Plimpton.
Okay.
I thought that was fun.
That is a good bit of that is a good bit of trivia.
Completely unrelated to anything, but I thought it was fun.
And that's cool. And I also like it how when they're talking at the in the cafeteria, they're asking Sheldon questions like, first of all, Howard actually says to Sheldon, I've got a two-part question. And he goes, yes. And he goes, okay, are you kidding me?
Oh
And
no, because he said, "Where's she going to sleep?" And he
that's
said,
right.
"In my bed."
Yes.
And
He
that's when
goes,
Howard's like, "Are you kidding me?" And second, "Are you kidding me?"
and he
And
goes,
he's like, "Well, you would know I was kidding by the use of the word bazinga."
Bazinga. And he goes, so you two will be in the same bed as each other. And Sheldon goes, yes, Bazinga.
Bazinga
So we know that she's not. So obviously someone is going to be sleeping somewhere
on the
else.
couch. Yeah.
And I like it how Raj puts up his hand and goes, and Sheldon goes, yes, Raj. He goes, when can
Okay,
I
no,
sit?
he says, "I have time for one more
No,
question."
no, no. He first of all he goes, I got a question. He goes, yes, Raj. And he goes, when can I sit with you guys again?
That was the last question when he said, "I have time for one more question." And then Raj says, "I have a question. When can I sit with you again?"
Oh, so what was Leonard's question? Leonard put up his hand, and he wanted to ask him a
I
question.
think that was the, "Is it a real person?"
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
when you say yeah, and then Raj says, "When can I sit you again?" And then that's when Sheldon says, "I'm going to be when I see two throat cultures,
12 hours
12 hours
apart,
apart,
two negative throat
negative
cultures
throat
12
cultures."
hours apart.
Yeah, and he gets up to go and do whatever he's going to do. And this is where Raj then comes over to sit with the boys again. And this is where I was like, you heard the man,
Where's
throat
your throat
cultures.
cultures?
Yeah. And he goes, and he sits down and he sneezes again. And that's where the boys pick up
And he
their trays.
basically sneezed all over Howard.
Oh, that is disgusting. So they pick up their trays and walk to another table. So you can
Yeah,
see that
don't
there's,
blame them there.
yeah. Um, so the next scene we see is Sheldon is coming back from the grocery
Oh,
store.
this is awesome.
Um, and he's got a parcel of stuff,
Yeah, he's
and
got a,
Penny
a, a, a
a
paper
grocery
bag full
bag,
of
yeah,
groceries.
and Penny has gotten her mail, and Sheldon says, "Oh, I've got a question. Can I ask you a question, Penny, about Maxi?" And he's got Maxi pads in the bag, and he says, are the wings
Are
designed to
are the
actually
wings
do something?"
actually functional, or have I been given into marketing hype?
Yeah, and Penny's like, "What?
What?
What?" And this is where Penny really it needs to be explained to Penny why he's got all this. And this is where he says that he's got a lady friend coming over and he's gone and bought scented soaps, pantyhose, Midol,
Candles,
calcium
Mida.
chew tablets, and a yogurt that is good for regulating a female bowels. And Penny's like, what? Walking upstairs. And we also find that Penny's a little bit concerned about whether what's going to be happening in this scenario. And as we're going upstairs, Sheldon basically says to her, you know, when you're introduced, if you are introduced to her, can you please limit the amount of female banter, such as
No female jibber jabber.
jibber jabber, such as hairstyles, shoe styles, mud packs, or Brad Pitt and
Or
Angelina,
your
or your
friends,
friends.
Brad and
And
Angelina.
she goes, well, they're not my friends. And he
Well,
goes, well,
I'm
no
not
wonder.
surprised the way you talk about them behind their back.
So the next thing we see is we're getting a knock on the door, and obviously this is where Dr. Plimpton is going to be coming to the
No,
apartment.
before that,
Yeah.
Sheldon is tidying up the kitchen and
Oh,
making sure
this.
it's nice. And
Yes.
Leonard comes in looking very nice in
He looks
his
very nice.
tie. And he's like, do I
Yes.
look professional? Do I look smart?
Now, can I ask you something?
Uh-huh.
Where did he get that suit and tie from? Because if you remember when that was the physicist gone crazy at
Oh,
he
that's
had
after this, isn't it?
no, it's not because he had a tie that was reversible.
Yep.
And
And the brown
Penny
suit.
said, yeah, and even
Yeah.
Penny says it doesn't even work as
So,
one
so
tie.
that was before this,
That was
wasn't it? Yeah,
before
okay.
physicist gone crazy or
Well,
physicist gone
there
wild or
are
something.
stores that are open where he could go and shop.
Yeah, but this is Leonard. Leonard doesn't really do anything except wearing
No, but maybe he, after that, and listening to Penny mock him for it, he thought it might be time to get a new suit.
yeah. And one thing actually we forgot, we actually accidentally skipped over it,
Uh-huh.
is that Leonard actually says to Sheldon, "Why isn't she staying in a hotel?"
Yes,
And he
that's right.
says, well, she doesn't like to stay at hotels, and who could blame her? Windows that don't open, door keys that are shaped like credit cards, as if
The
someone's
people go
got
around with unassigned slots in their wallet.
exactly. So, this is a reason why she's not
Yeah.
going to be staying in a hotel.
Well, and Leonard was also he's like, why didn't you tell me you were friends with her? Because Sheldon said they'd been corresponding for several
Yeah,
years.
and
And
Leonard's a huge fan of hers.
And he's like, well, I didn't realize that I was obligated to tell you that I was acquainted with things that you're a fan of. So you like Canadian bacon? I've been to Toronto.
Been to Canada. That's actually really cool.
Yeah,
And
that was a
actually,
good line.
yeah. Um, and I like it when Sheldon actually walks off to do whatever he's got to do. Um, when Raj goes to sit down, Leonard goes, I can't believe he knows a world-renowned physicist. And I love that
And
Raj
Raj is
goes,
like, I
I
can't
can't
believe you've been
believe
to Canada.
I can't believe they let him into Canada.
Oh dear.
Oh man. So this is where we go to knock on the door, and Leonard is just beside himself with excitement, and Sheldon opens the door, and there's Dr. Plimpton now, and there she is saying, "Oh, thank goodness, Dr. Cooper, it's you." She said because she wrote down his address on her hand,
Because
which
she
was
couldn't, or
2311.
she'd forgotten the address.
Yeah,
And their okay, so their address is 2311 Los Robles Avenue,
yeah,
Pasadena, apartment 4A.
yeah.
4A or 4B?
4A because Penny's
4,
4B.
okay. Apartment 4A. All she had was 2311 on her hand.
So did she go to every place in Pasadena with the
That's
number
my question,
2311?
is did she go on to every place on
Oh.
Los Ro well, no, if she knew, she might have remembered the street. I don't know, but yeah.
I've heard of really smart people that can do amazing things with physics and stuff like that, but can very rarely even
Okay.
tie their shoes.
There is a direct correlation between intellectual intelligence, like the boys have, and
Hmm.
absolute uselessness for anything practical.
Yeah.
I dated a guy many, 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 many years ago. This is even before I married my first husband, who was a nuclear physicist.
Hmm.
And he was in the Navy, and but he was a nuclear physicist. I believe he went on to teach nuclear physics at a university in like Wisconsin or something. But
Mm.
anyway, he was passing through town, and he was supposed to come and see me, and something had happened and he wasn't going to be able to make it. And I didn't get a phone call from him until like 3 days later that
Oh.
he um couldn't, because he couldn't find me, he couldn't find where he wrote my number, all the excuses in the book. And I'm like, I'm in the phone book. I was listed at the time.
And he didn't
He was like,
realize that.
oh, didn't
Yeah.
even occur to him. But then
So
again, I went to spray the weeds in the backyard and I couldn't get down the side of the house because Paul had put these paving bricks into these containers to block the dog from going over there. And I'm like, I can't step high enough to get over that. So I'll let Paul deal with that. And I told Paul that and he looks at me, he says, I would have gone through gone out
laundry.
the side door on the laundry. And I'm like, oh, didn't even occur to me that we have a door on that side of the house. But I got all the rest of it done.
You did.
Yeah. So I sprayed all the weeds out back, and trust me, that was no
Uh,
small job. That took me the
uh,
better part of an hour just to spray the weeds.
yeah, I need to do the front,
So I left Paul the front and the side, which are not very many.
and I'll do that after our
Yeah.
podcast.
Because I did the ones on the rosebush side of the house.
No, okay, so I got to just do the
Those are
other
all
side,
done. So it's just the ones on the laundry side
laundry
and the
and the
front.
front. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it how she says that, she she remembers writing the building number on her left hand, but she said, "Thank goodness I didn't go on my right hand because that was the coordinates of a new neutron star, and that she didn't want to visit there since she would have been crushed by hypergravity." Now, Sheldon introduces Leonard, and it doesn't go along.
It's our favorite line of the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it,
Well, he comes out and Sheldon is like, Dr. Plimpton, this is my roommate and
colleague.
Dr. Leonard Hofstadter, and he's like, "Hello." And she just kind of looks at him. He's like, "Well, I started out to say hi and then figured I should switch to hello halfway through, and it came out hi. Hello."
And I like it how Sheldon actually basically apologizes because, as I said, he is
Well,
only an experimental
experimental
physicist.
physicist.
And Dr. Plimpton admits that, some of her friends are experimental physicists,
No,
although
some of
not
my
her, but
best friends are experimental
yeah,
physicists. Well, not best friends. My best friend is Wendy,
uh, yeah,
something.
she's another physicist.
Yeah,
But
but I know them.
yeah. And then she goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm rambling. Hello." And I like it how Sheldon says, is there anything I can get you? A feminine hygiene product, or a,
A bowel regulating yogurt.
and she goes, interesting choices regarding of my needs. I think
Based on,
I'd go with the
yeah,
yogurts.
based on, oh yeah, because Leonard went to offer her something, and Sheldon races over and kind of stands between
It's
him
my
and
friend.
her and
Yeah,
says, "She's my friend. I should be the one offering her something."
yeah. And I
And you
like it
do
how
see her eating the yogurt in the next
yes,
scene.
but I like it how Sheldon goes off to get the yogurt. And Leonard is so nervous, and he
Yeah.
picks up her book that she wrote, and he turns it over, and the picture of her on the back, and he goes, "Look, it's
It's
you."
you.
So yeah, it's a
Yeah.
confusing. And of course, this is where we obviously see her eating the yogurt, and she says, thank you so much for opening up your house to me, because I really didn't want to stay at a hotel. And Leonard goes, "Oh no, I completely understand. Who would want to stay at a hotel? Windows that don't open." Keys that look like
Those are
shaped like
credit
credit
cards.
cards, and I like it. As Sheldon goes, no, he doesn't know. I know, not you, not you. And this is where this is why I can't understand. Sheldon is basically moving her so quickly to go to the bedroom to go to sleep. It's like, okay, she's only just got here, but he says, well, I'll show you where you're going to sleep. And she goes, "Oh, well, I guess so. I am a little bit tired." So she gets up to say goodnight to Leonard. Now, Leonard does say, instead of saying sleep tight, what does he say?
Instead of sleep well, he
Sleep well.
switched to sleep tight.
No, but he says something. It's a combination of both
Yeah, it comes out
words.
sideways.
Yeah. And he does say, "I promise you, I am smart." And I like when Sheldon looks at him and goes, "Get it together, man."
Yeah.
Like, so we see that Sheldon gives her the bedroom tour and the rules and the regulations. Like, if she wants to look at his comic book collection, there are gloves that she has to
Disposable
wear.
gloves, yeah.
And that there's also an 8-day ration kit ready for a disaster. Like there is a crossbow, there's food and water, there is the copy of Battlestar Galactica, I think it
No,
is.
it's
No,
Star
Star
Trek
Trek
Next Generation season 2 on a thumb
on
drive.
a thumb drive.
And
And I love
she's
it how
like, "Well, what happens if something happens that destroys all the thumb drives?"
And he goes, well, there really isn't any reason to go on living, is there? Which is why I think there's the crossbow
Mm.
that
I
and
thought
of
that
course,
was in case of a zombie attack.
well, yeah, but if we find out that there's no way of watching Star Trek, you might as well just off yourself with the
With
crossbow
the crossbow.
and
And then
just
he grabs his 3-day emergency
emergency pack.
backpack out from under his bed.
Yes, which is also we find out was which was actually helped with the advice of Homeland Security and Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he goes to leave her alone and he says, "Good night, sleep well. And if there's an apocalypse, good luck."
Yes. Now, before that, she actually says to Sheldon, um, about his roommate, and he goes, "He is a bit of an odd duck, isn't he?"
And
And she
she's like,
goes,
"What's his relationship status?"
"Yeah." And he goes, "Well, he did have a relationship with a waitress, which basically crashed and burned like we all knew it was going to anyway." Um, but yeah, it's like, well, why would you actually ask that? Now, yes, she's here for a possible job interview. But if you don't get, because obviously you're not going to be waiting around Pasadena to find out whether you do or you don't have it. I mean, they might sit there and say, okay, you're here for an interview, but we're going to be looking at over the next, say, 2 months. So
Yeah.
you're going to have to go back anyway. So I don't know whether it's very inappropriate to actually ask about his relationship status. But we find out
Well, she's inappropriate, period.
she's very inappropriate, yes. So, but anyway, later on, she decides to visit Leonard's room because she can't sleep and Leonard can't sleep. And he's reading her book and she's like, "Oh, I thought you had already read that." And he goes, "Yeah, well, it's been a while. I haven't read it, for a while. Plus, also, I wanted to sound smart at breakfast."
And of
And she
course, he
goes,
turns around and goes, "Look at you."
"Look at you." And she says to him, "What chapter are you on?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm on chapter 6." And she says, "Oh," and she says something about that chapter. And she said, "Oh, can I give you a little bit of a secret?" And he goes, "Yeah." And she goes,
Okay.
she goes, "That part of it, I wrote completely naked." And he's like, "Oh, funny, it doesn't read that way." And she goes, "Here,
Let me show you.
let me show you." And she starts to recite some of it and drops her bathrobe while quoting the book. And
She's
she is,
completely naked.
yeah.
And he looks up and says, "Wow, you really bring science alive."
You really make science come alive, don't you? So obviously we know she's going to do the brown chicken, brown cow scenario. Or they are going to do the
Mm.
brown chicken, brown cow scenario. So the
I
next morning,
wonder if Sheldon needed his noise
noise
canceling
can oh, that's right, yeah, because
headphones.
he also says, when Leonard and Penny were together, he bought noise canceling headphones. If you use them, please wipe the earpieces out with the wet wipes that I've got that you'll find on the
In the
nightstand.
bathroom in the drawer
Yeah.
label. Wet
He
wipes.
also, and funny thing also is Sheldon has also laminated the bathroom schedule
Hmm.
with everyone's bathroom times, which is ugh,
And it's
and
on the back
have a
of the
welcome
escape
pack.
route.
Yeah, and it's a welcome pack for when she got there. But he also sent her a PDF. So you've got two lots of, there's no way that you're going to miss anything with
Sheldon is
regards.
thorough.
He is very thorough. So the next morning
Oh,
we
now,
see,
I'd like to point out
yeah,
that Dr. Plimpton is the fourth person that Leonard has sex with on the show.
okay, so we've got Dr. Stephanie Barnett.
Now, have we? I don't think we've seen Dr. Stephanie yet.
Yes, yes, we have.
We have?
Yes, we have.
Okay,
So we've
so
got Dr. Stephanie, Penny, Dr. Plimpton, and we're going with Joyce Kim.
yep. Yeah, because
Okay,
he hasn't been with
with
what's her name yet.
Leslie Winkle yet,
No.
and and yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Joyce
that's
Kim
the
would be the fourth one.
Joyce Kim with the fourth one. Yep. So the next morning, everyone's waking up, and Sheldon has been laying on the sofa, in the correct position, I might add, where his
Yep.
head is facing away from the door and his feet are against this side which is facing the door.
Yep.
And he does his morning vocal test, and he has his second morning
Morning vocal test. Second morning vocal test.
And we see Leonard and Dr. Plimpton coming out together, and they're in their bathrobes.
Well,
And
first Leonard comes out and he says, "Good morning, Sheldon." He says, "Good morning."
yeah,
And then Dr. Plimpton comes out and says, "Good morning." And he says, "Good morning" to her. Then then Dr. Plimpton and Leonard look at each other and say good morning and just start to giggle.
mm,
So Sheldon giggles because he doesn't understand what's going on, but he wants to make them think he's in on the joke.
yeah. So he does actually ask her whether she had a pleasant night, and
And
they
she's
both
like, yes,
giggle.
very pleasant.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So they're getting coffee, and I like it how there's a knock on the door, and Penny comes. Penny's at the front door after Sheldon opens it, and but she just basically wants a ride to work. And I like how Sheldon goes, "Did you ignore the check engine light?" She goes, "No, I didn't. I ignored the gas
Put
light
put
that
put
ran
gas
out of
on put gas
gas."
on the car light. Now,
So
I'd like to
yeah,
point out that Penny somehow needs a ride to work very early in the morning, even though the Cheesecake Factory does not serve breakfast. She would not be part of the kitchen prep crew.
this is why she is part of the government. She has to get to her meeting, and she doesn't have a way of getting there. She has to keep her cover.
Mm,
So this is the whole thing with Penny. She is an operative. She has to get to her
okay.
meeting because, hey, Dr. Elizabeth Plimpton has been we found out that Dr. Plimpton's arriving. And so this is the
Okay.
so I love it how she's introduced to Dr. Plimpton, and Elizabeth says that she's really enjoying her stay, and then looks over at Leonard and giggles.
Mhm.
And so Penny picks up on this body language. It's pretty easy to find out. And Sheldon suggests that maybe she would like to use the bathroom now because Leonard's bathroom time is coming up and you do not want to follow him. So Dr. Plimpton goes to use the bathroom, and Leonard goes, "Okay, well, I'll go get dressed," and because he's already made coffee for both Elizabeth and himself. So he says, just put this in a travel mug, and I'll get dressed, and I'll take you to work." And I love how Penny goes, "Wait a minute," and he goes, "Yeah," and she goes, "We just broke up," and he goes, "Yeah, yeah. How
Yeah.
are you doing with that?" And she goes, "Not as good as you, I wouldn't say." And we find out that maybe there's a possibility that Leonard has slept with Dr. Plimpton, and like it how I love it how Sheldon goes, "No, no, no, that wouldn't happen," and she goes, "I'm not suggesting it wouldn't happen.
I'm saying
I'm
it
just
already
saying it
has.
already has happened." And Sheldon goes, "No,
Leonard, tell her that's not true. And he's like,
well,"
well,
and he goes,
and
"So
Sheldon gets very put out about
yeah,"
this.
and he goes, "So basically says something like, so am I to assume that you tripped and fell into her lady parts?"
And
Yeah,
he's
okay,
like,
yeah.
I'm not going to talk about this. Let's just go. And Penny's like, no, that's okay. I'll take the bus. I wouldn't want you to slip on a banana pill and get me pregnant.
Yeah.
Now, Penny obviously is not happy with
Why?
Leonard hooking up and having sex with someone else so shortly after their breakup.
hmm But
But in two more episodes in the lunar excitation, she hooks up with Zach. And then in the 21-second excitation, she admits she had sex with him within a few dates, possibly even despite Leonard.
yeah.
I love Zach, though.
Now, Leonard does claim that it wasn't his fault that he had sex with Dr. Plimpton, and this is when Sheldon says, what am I to assume that you tripped over and
Slipped
fell
and
into her
fell
lady
into her lady
parts,
parts. Yeah.
The one thing that I really find interesting about Penny is that why is Penny so jealous? Now, she got rid of Leonard, okay?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So why is it then all of a sudden that Leonard's sex life has got anything to do with Penny whatsoever? If Penny didn't want to be with him, and the only reason that they broke up was that Leonard said to her, "I love you." Now, if
And
you're
was
gonna
pressuring her to say it back.
okay, so
And
okay,
then
I do understand
Will
that he
Wheaton got in her head.
yeah, okay, but I do understand that she was pressured by Leonard to say, "I love you,"
Yep.
because it was a natural reaction for him to say, "I love you." And she did then say, I've always said it too quickly and it's never worked out so well. Yes, I do understand he pressured her.
Yeah. So if
But
he had just backed off and let her do it in her own time, they would have been fine.
okay, so now we get to the situation now that she has broken up with Leonard.
Uh-huh.
They're no longer together.
Yep.
So at what point is it even possible that she needs to know about Leonard's sex life? Because I can't see Leonard going to Penny and saying, "Excuse me, we've only been broken up for like a month and a half and you're already with Zach."
That's
He
how he
knows,
would feel.
yeah, but he's not going to say it.
No, but then again, he's not as forthright as Penny is either. But this is the thing. She didn't want to break up with Leonard. I think that she was hoping that they were basically just taking a break so that she could sort out how she felt and then resume the relationship again. I don't think she thought it was fully over. And for him to be with someone else that quickly says, all right, I'm done here. And it basically takes away her hope of them working it out.
No, what I think it takes away from Penny is that it takes away Penny's leverage on Leonard. See,
No, you see, you're making her out to be some
no,
sort of schemer,
no,
and she's
no.
not.
What I'm trying to say is that Penny, as Leonard says, I've been in this relationship 2 years earlier than
Longer
you,
than you.
longer than you, right? So it seems to me that Penny can be with anybody that she wants, and she can call Leonard at any time she doesn't have anybody. Okay. And it's the same scenario as my ex-friend. When she had somebody, it's Paul, get the hell away from me. As soon as she didn't have anybody, oh, Paul, I need you. And I had this backwards and forwards for the best part of 30 years until
Yeah.
finally I said, enough's enough.
Okay, I don't think it's like that.
I just see that Penny has got
There,
that
there have
that
been,
control over him.
well, yeah, she does, but that doesn't mean that she uses it that way.
No, she doesn't use it that way, but
Okay,
it's like
she was still healing from the breakup,
hmm,
and I think really hoping that they could find a way to work it out. And I think it genuinely hurt to think that it meant so little to him that he's already with someone else.
yeah. I mean, what do they say? To get over somebody is to get under somebody else. I don't know. I don't know whether that's true because it's never happened to me, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just see that Penny's really
Oh,
got
you can't
no.
say I didn't help you get over your ex-wife, honey.
Well, that's true. But I wasn't looking for to get under you or for you to get under
No,
me.
and
So
neither was Leonard.
no, I just feel that sometimes Penny doesn't have a right to actually ask Leonard anything about his life when she has clearly broken up with him. That's all.
See, but that's the thing is this wasn't a breakup in the traditional sense. It was you need to because you can't understand that I need some time and space and I need you to back off,
Mm.
then fine, we're going to break up.
Yeah, I was just wondering, how long Leonard actually had to wait for her decision. I mean, is Leonard going to just wait around continuously with a hope that she'll come back and say yes?
Well, it
Or,
would have really helped if he had actually talked to her and shown that he actually is listening to her and is willing to give her what she needs, which is some time and space,
yeah,
and that he wants to make this work, but he never did that.
but Dr. Plimpton is very, very,
Yeah.
yeah, inappropriate.
Yeah.
And I like how Sheldon is so shocked and betrayed. And he's like, I didn't betray Penny. And he goes, not Penny, me.
Like,
And
how
he
the heck
said,
did I betray you?
she's my friend.
And
You're
you're
playing
playing
with her.
with her.
I love that. So the next scene we see, we're at the cafeteria, the Celtic cafeteria, and Dr. Plimpton has been shown around the place, and he says, and Sheldon comes in and goes, "Oh, this is." First of all, we
No,
see that Raj.
no. Before
What?
that,
Yes.
the boys are talking, and Leonard's like, "Wow, I'm really tired. I was up all
Oh,
night,
that's right.
and I was up early this morning, and
And
I'm
I
really
didn't mind.
tired." And they're like, "Oh, do you have a cold? Do this or that?" And he's like, "No, it
No.
involved someone else."
Yes, I was up all night, and again this morning. I
Well, do you
didn't
have a
mind.
Japanese love doll?
I didn't mind. Those are your clues. And Howard's like, or if you're tired, I can give you some of my
Some of my
mother's
mom's
sleeping
sleeping
pills.
pills.
I love it how Raj goes, she takes sleeping pills, and then he goes, oh, she doesn't
He
even know
doesn't
she
know.
takes sleeping pills.
And he's like, it involved another
Another
person. And
person.
that's when Raj comes up with the Japanese love pillow.
Yeah.
And
How
they're
is
like,
that another
how's that
person?
another person? He's like, well, when you name it, when you really love it and you give it a name. Oh,
But
Raj.
at one stage, also, Raj is swigging out of like a little
Flask.
flask, and I love it how Howard's like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "It's okay, it's NyQuil." And of course, Leonard's like, "Do you still have a cold?" And he goes, "I don't know, I don't know, but it's half
But if I
booze,
do,
so
I don't care.
yeah, because half booze or
Yeah, it's
was
10% alcohol.
10%, yeah." So he's like, he calls it the sniffling, sneezing, talk to girl medicine.
Well, and so that's when Sheldon brings Dr. Plimpton over.
Yeah,
And I find it interesting that Raj says hello to her as he takes her
Well,
hand, but then when he goes to talk to her, he has to take a quick swig,
yeah.
even though
Um,
he's already had at least two that we've seen.
yeah. But I love it how Sheldon goes, well, this is Dr. Rajesh Kuthrapalli and not Dr.
Howard
Howard
Wolowitz.
Wolowitz. Oh, and you've already met Leonard. That gives him the death stare.
And they kind of do, and
And
they kind of bump shoulders and give
yeah,
each other
and
the
he
hi.
goes, hi you, and she goes, hi you, and he goes, I don't know about you, I'm a little bit tired, aren't you? And she goes, you know what, I am a little bit tired. Would you mind getting me a cup of coffee? And Leonard goes, oh yeah, how do you take it?
No,
Black?
he's like black, right?
And she goes, no, I think, and she looks over at Raj and she goes, I think I want it hot, brown, and sweet, making eyes at Raj, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yep.
So the next scene we see later, Howard shows up at Raj's apartment for Halo night because it was moved there because Raj is
Raj is
sick.
cold. Yeah.
Now he opens the door and he goes,
And
I
only a little bit.
yeah, and he goes, go away. And he goes, I can't play, I'm too sick. And Howard goes, well, this is why we
Moved
moved
it
it here.
here. And I
A-
brought my mother's chicken soup.
And then we hear, no, let him in. And Howard goes,
What?
Who's that? And Raj goes, I bought a parrot. And Howard sort of like pushes his way into the apartment.
Hmm.
And there we find Elizabeth
Yep.
in Raj's apartment. And Elizabeth says to Howard, Howard, can I ask you a question? Do you like role-playing games? And he goes, well, yeah, I like, I'm a dungeon master. And she goes, okay, you're now, what does he say?
Now
She
you're
say
the delivery
delivery book.
guy,
That's right.
and Raj is my
She-
landlord, and I
And
can't pay either of you.
yeah, so we have to come to
An
another
arrangement.
sort of arrangement. And she goes, I'm gonna go and get changed, so I don't. I
Oh
can
no,
say that
sorry.
something.
Raj is her husband, and he's the delivery guy.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And she says, I'm going to go and get into something that I don't mind having myself ripped out of my
That I don't
Milky
mind
Way.
having ripped off my milky flesh.
Thank you. And he goes in and I like it how it goes, what the frack? And he goes, he goes, yes. And he says to Howard, Howard's absolutely shocked. And he goes, well,
He's like, "What are you getting upset about? You have a
yeah,
girlfriend."
and he goes, we broke up ages ago. Well, when it
Okay.
was the right time.
Okay. And he's like, well, "Why didn't you tell me?" Well, I wanted to wait for the right time, and
This
now's
is the
the
right
right
time.
time.
Yeah,
Now, Howard and Bernadette broke up.
they did.
The reason why is not revealed until season 4, episode 4, The Hot Troll Deviation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all know the hot troll deviation
Yeah.
of what happened there
Yeah.
when he was online. So
Yeah.
this is where Leonard shows up.
Oh, good. Leonard's here.
Elizabeth pops her head out of the out
Bedroom.
of the doorway, and this is where she says, "Tonight, you two are my
Moving men.
moving men, and
Raj is
Raj
my
is my
landlord.
landlord, and I can't pay any of you." And so she goes back in the bedroom, and Leonard goes, am I understanding what's happening here? And Howard goes, yep, welcome to the Penthouse Forum. And this is where Raj goes, okay, show of hands, who's up for this? And Howard immediately puts his hand up. And
And then
Leonard goes,
Leonard is
we're
like,
all going
you
to be,
realize that we're all going to be naked in front of each other. And
and Howard
Howard's
goes,
like,
I'm
I'm
out.
out.
And this is where Elizabeth comes out. She's down to her bra
Okay, I
and
have to
a
admit, I
very, very
like her lingerie in this scene.
nice lingerie.
Yep.
It was like a little skirt, like a little hipster
Yeah.
skirt she was wearing.
Yeah.
Um, And she basically says,
Super
and
cute.
Raj goes, okay, we're just working things out. And she goes, oh, good. It's so good when everyone commits and
It's
goes
so
back
much
into the
better
bedroom.
when everyone commits.
Yeah. And so she goes back in the bedroom to do something else. And this is where Howard,
No, she's still sitting on the
was just
couch.
sitting in the car.
Yep.
That's right.
And Raj turns to the other two boys and he's
We're
like,
going to go
okay,
outside and
now
work
we're
it
going to
out.
go outside and come back in again. And they're like, okay. And he shoos them out. And
Yeah.
then he closes the door behind them, turns the deadbolt, puts his hand on the door, turns to her and says, so
You
you
can't pay
can't
your
pay
rent.
me, huh? And she
You
said,
can't pay your rent.
no.
But I like it how, as they were walking out, poor old Leonard's like, I thought we had something
Something
special.
special.
No, Leonard.
No.
What you had was a one-night stand with a nymphomaniac and a slut. You
Yeah.
did not have something special. This was
Nope.
never going to be a long-term situation with
Relationship.
Dr.
No.
Plimpton. Not at all.
No. And if she got the job, she'd be sleeping her way through the university.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So the last scene we see before the end of the episode is Leonard and Penny are walking upstairs, and I like it how Penny asks about how's Dr. Slut Bunny, and he says, he goes, "Don't judge me," and she goes, "Oh no, I'm judging you 3 ways to Sunday." And basically, we find out that the way that Leonard explains it to Penny is she let him,
She what?
she let him,
Yeah. Yeah.
as in Dr. Slut
Yeah, because
Bunny
he
let
wanted to
her.
explain why it
Yeah,
happened, and then
you
all
don't
he
need to
could come
explain
up
to
with
me.
is she let me.
She let me. And the episode goes black, and that is the end of the episode. As I said, it's a good episode, not a great one.
It's not one
It's
of my
okay.
now the next episode that we do is actually I think my number one most favorite in the entire series.
I am gonna see which one that
It's the
is.
staircase implementation where we find out how Leonard and Sheldon met and became roommates.
Oh, yes, it
And what
is.
happened to the elevator.
Oh,
And
yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one next
I
week.
think that is in contention for my absolute most favorite episode.
Yeah. Oh, and then after that,
Uh-huh.
we meet somebody at a cafe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's that episode.
It is the
Oh,
Lunar
cool. Yeah,
Excitation.
we've got some good stuff coming
We
up.
have we got some good ones coming up. So
Yeah.
yeah, that I mean it was a good episode, not a great one, but it's
Yeah.
certainly in my top 100 of
Yeah.
maybe top 250. I don't know.
I don't
It's
know.
all right. I just find that Dr. Plimpton is just one giant hornbag.
Yeah, which is not
That's all she
attractive.
is. I mean, it's not an attractive thing, but
It's
there,
uncomfortable, to be honest with you.
yeah, but there are some people out there that do that sort of thing, and more power to them. But
Yep.
yeah, not those little black ducks.
Nope. Nope.
So
Nope.
how
Nope.
was our food count this week?
We had two Caltech cafeterias.
Yes, we did. And if I was Howard, I would not eat the food that Raj sneezed on.
No.
I would be throwing that into the bin and going, "Thanks,
Yeah.
Raj. That was
Yeah,
awesome."
I think they did.
Because when he sneezes, even Howard like is wiping his face.
Yeah, that was just ew.
Yeah, vile. So what is our question of the week?
Okay.
Yes.
What's the most starstruck you've ever been meeting someone you admired, and
Mhm.
did they live up to the hype or completely shatter the illusion?
No, they lived up to the hype.
And who was it?
Gene Simmons of Kiss.
When he came over and told you you were a handsome and powerful man
Yep.
and shook
I
your
got
hand?
yep, got a chance to meet Gene Simmons. So, and I've got an autograph from Bruce Kulick,
Yep.
which was the guitarist who took over from Vinnie Vincent when he was fired from the band. So,
Yep.
um, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of other people that I'd love to meet, but I always have that fear that if I meet them and they become absolute dicks, that I would be completely destroyed. So
Yeah.
that's our question of the week to everyone. Is there somebody that you have met that you have been like, "Oh my God, they are really nice," or did
Yeah.
they completely destroy your fantasy of how
Yeah.
they were?
So for me, David Copperfield ruined
Mhm.
it, and he was a complete ass to me.
Yeah.
But that being said, Vincent Price
Hmm.
was the amazing. Harry Blackstone Jr. is the gold standard, and Glenn Campbell was
Mm.
just a delight.
Yeah.
He
There
was
was I was
a
seeing
delight.
something on Facebook the other day about there was this it was about the Bay City Rollers, and there was this lady that had been a fan ever since the day dot.
Oh yeah, you were telling
And
me about this.
she the producer of the episode said, "Did you ever get a chance to meet him?" And she goes, "Yeah, I got a chance to meet him. He took a bunch of photographs and an autograph, but there wasn't really much of a person there."
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep the illusion of how he was when he was younger. And that I've heard a lot about people that off stage they're completely different, like they don't know how to be without
Well,
the
I
stage.
have heard that the guy from The Shining, Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
I have heard that when he is not performing, he's almost like an empty shell.
Yeah.
And there's just not a whole lot there. But as soon as he goes into character, the character takes over.
Yeah,
And
and I think that's why this is where the lady was talking
yeah,
about, is the fact that without the stage, he's just
yeah.
empty, you
And
know.
some people are like that.
And I look, I will
I
always
think
love.
Michael Jackson was probably a lot like that.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I mean, I'm sure Elvis Presley was the
Elvis
same
too.
way.
Yeah.
Um, I will love Kiss to the day I die, but I find it interesting that there are people, and I'm pointing more to Gene Simmons than anybody, unfortunately. And I do love Gene, don't get me wrong.
Uh-huh.
But without the stage, who are you?
Yeah.
You're a husband and a father, and that's all you are.
Yeah.
Without being Gene Simmons on the stage, then you are just a regular person.
That's why he
You
can't stop.
Yeah, so it's like when Kiss finally retired from the stage, Gene put together his own band so he could continue touring. And I'm sure that Shannon loves him to be home, but loves him more when he goes. Because what are you going to do? You're going to wake up every morning and praise him for being Gene Simmons, or, admire him for being Gene Simmons. You're married to the guy. You've had
I was
children with
married
him.
to someone with that similar kind of attitude, and it was exhausting.
I
If he didn't go away to a convention or something at least every 6 weeks, I'd start climbing the walls.
And I think that's probably where Gene is. Like Gene needs that adulation. He needs to be someone to be sitting there going, "Oh my God, you are awesome. You're
Yep.
amazing. You're this and that." And it is a shame that when you want to retire from something, you don't have to be this person related to that. It could just be that you are just wanting to just leave that part of your life. It's done. It's finished. We're done with it. Um, I mean, look, Gene's got more money than Jesus. He's got more money than he ever
Well,
needs.
everybody has more money than Jesus. Jesus
That's
was a
true.
pauper.
But the fact is that he's got so much money, he doesn't need to work. It's okay to do it if you love it, and I'm sure that Gene loves being up on stage. But
Mhm.
at some stage, you got to sit there and say, "There's got to be more to life than that."
And to some people, that is their whole life. They
That is
don't
their
need or
that
want anything more than that.
that's their
I've heard
identity.
of so many people whose entire identity is tied up in their work life that, like, within 3 to 6 months of retirement, they've died because they
Yeah,
have no purpose, no reason for getting up, no raison d'être.
yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. But yeah, I don't know. I just it's a very, very sad scenario. So
It
yeah,
is.
I really hope that there are people out there that will answer the question, either in the positive or the negative. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter. If you've had a great experience with, well, a celebrity, let us know. If you've had a bad experience with a celebrity, let us
we'd
know.
love to know.
We'd love to know that. So remember, Perpetual Motion Squad 00 at gmail.com. You can answer us on Spotify in the comment section if
Or
you don't want to
YouTube
go,
in
if you don't
in the
want to do the
comment section.
email. You can message us on the comment section of YouTube or the fan page.
Or on the Facebook page
Yeah.
in the comments there, or you can message us directly. That's okay
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Yep.
And we also want to let America know that Dallas is still number one. They will not let Plano go anywhere near them. They have accelerated their percentage of listeners.
Well, if you
So,
are an Australian listener, please click
yes,
on oopsaccident.com and get the Oops app. It's like an insurance policy for your insurance.
absolutely. And
Yeah. The
I
app you have and hope you never need, but are very glad to have if you do.
exactly.
Yep.
So, what are our crazy credits this week?
Oh, yes. In public okay, Chuck Lorre Productions number 286.
Hmm.
In public bathrooms, I will sometimes use the children's urinal in order to feel like a giant. If no one's around, I'm likely to sing along with Aretha Franklin's version of You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman, but not
Okay.
the Carole King version. I've never understood why anyone would bother making a porn movie that lasts longer than 10 minutes.
Okay.
I often pretend that the person standing next to me in an elevator is an unwitting carrier of a deadly airborne disease unleashed by terrorists who hate our freedom. This, of course, forces me to hold my breath until the doors open. 40 years ago, I measured my penis with a wood ruler. The irony was lost on me. Sometimes sex just seems like a lot of work. There are mornings when, for no perceivable reason, I turn into a teenage girl and repeatedly change my outfit. I floss so that my dentist will be proud of me. Even when asked, I have never been able to talk dirty to a woman without feeling like a complete idiot. My one attempt at manscaping ended in bloodshed.
At least he's honest. At least he's honest. I think most guys have measured themselves at one stage or another.
Have you?
Yes. I'm not ashamed to say it. Like all men, we've always wanted to find out
Let
just
me
how
guess, you
big.
were about 13 when you did it.
Yeah, around about it. Yeah,
Yep.
12 or
Yeah,
13,
sounds about
so
right.
one of
Yep.
those. Yeah.
Yep.
After I'd been through puberty and I knew it was all done and dusted, I wanted to find out. So, there's a ruler there. You might as well find out what's going
Well, I
on.
can't say I can complain. Bow chicka wow.
This is supposed to be a G-rated show.
I didn't say nothing.
This is not the After Dark special.
I didn't say nothing.
This is the After Dark special of Perpetual Motion Squad.
Ooh, baby.
We can go all night. Are you looking for an emoji? Because
Yep,
you,
I
yeah,
am.
you've got that, face. There we go. For those of you who are not watching it on YouTube, there was a bunch of smiley faces going across the screen. So yes, okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming to visit us every single week at PMS. We really appreciate it.
We
We
love our fam.
really appreciate everybody who takes the time to interact with us. Um, it is wonderful to know that you guys do enjoy what we do. Um,
And
yeah, we're
if
just
you
very
want
humbled.
to show us a little love for doing this every week, just click on the PayPal me link and shout us a coffee.
Hmm. Yep, that'll be awesome.
Yep. Any and all coffee donations are gratefully accepted. And that
And
link
drunk
is
in.
in the show notes. It's
Mhm.
also a pinned post on the Facebook page and in the Facebook group, which if you don't follow the page or have joined the group, please do so because it's so much
Hmm,
fun over there.
it is.
Yep.
And it's on YouTube and it's on the
And if you
P
haven't
it's
already
on
given us a
Spotify.
like and okay, go ahead.
No,
What
I'm
is it?
saying it's on all the places that you can find us.
Yep. So if you haven't done already, please like and subscribe because that does help more people find who like our format to find us. And yeah, so that's about it for this
Was
week.
that was the only goof?
What goof?
Oh, because it was the continuity errors
What continuity errors?
in that episode. So there's goofs when Sheldon is wiping the table
Oh,
before opening the door for Dr. Plimpton. The spray bottle keeps switching between his hand and the table.
yeah. And there are reasons I don't say those. Pardon me, share those because nobody cares. So
Oh,
that
okay. No, I'm just reading some of the little things. Um, yeah, I like the penny one. The penny one was good. There was one that was really, I don't think anybody would even know this. Sheldon's cereal bowl refills itself.
yeah, like I
That's
said, nobody
that,
cares.
yeah, nobody cares. All
So
right.
that's it for this episode.
Okay.
Guys. That's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. No, get Barney out of there. No Barney butts. How did I know you were going to do that? So anyway, what did I just say to you?
It was Barney. I can't
Uh-huh.
control what he does
Yeah,
in
right.
his life.
Okay, so for
Can
those
I?
for those
No.
of you who are adults, thank you for joining us.
Some of
See
us
what I had
are.
see what I
I'm
have put
having
up with here?
I'm having a second childhood.
Tell me
I
about it.
collect toys.
I know.
I have Barney with me.
What did I start?
What did you sign on for?
Yeah.
You've only got
Not
another 30 years left.
not
Then you
only
can make,
30?
yeah, then you can make a decision of if you're going to keep me or not.
Mm. Anyway,
Hmm.
thank you for joining us, gang. We hope you had as much fun with us as we did.
I hope so too.
And we will see you next time for season 3, episode 22, the staircase implementation. And in the meantime, we'll catch up with you at the Cheesecake Factory.
Bye, Lo.
Bye.